Well, we need to make sure that no farmer is left behind and that we create profitable new business models for farmers that are willing to diversify their production to more plant-based, sustainable and healthy foods. I'm Tijn van Vugt and I'm a fellow at the School for Moral Ambition. I'm working for sustainability think tank IEEP in Brussels. One of the important things that I learned in Brussels is that one of the key blockers for a transition to a more sustainable and healthier food system is economic uncertainties among farmers about what such a transition could mean to them. If we all start to eat more plant-based, what would that mean for farmers that are currently specialized in livestock? And the most surprising thing is that the socio-economic impacts on farmers from such a transition is largely underexplored by scientists. We looked a lot at economic data about, for example, trade, about production, but also about dietary patterns. We did a lot of interviews with farmers as well, which was definitely the most fun part of my work. The positive thing is that we found ways to turn these challenges into opportunities for farmers. So there are three things that European policymakers can do to support the transition to healthier and more sustainable foods. The first thing is to prepare European farmers to diversify their business towards more plant-based diets in Europe. And that means that we need to compensate their switching costs, but also help them to build experience in cultivating crops. So the second thing is to stimulate innovation. For example, by exploring which kinds of crops can actually grow on the fields that are currently used for livestock in Europe. So the third thing that we need to do is to make sure that plant-based foods are equally accessible for European consumers. Also to make sure that farmers that are diversifying their production to plant-based foods are actually receiving a fair price. So we organized an event in Brussels to present our research, but also to discuss the outcomes and to see what we actually can change with food processors, with policymakers, with farmers. We've all put them in one room and we discussed with them the call to action from our research. The one thing that we really need in this polarized debate about the food transition is actually evidence-based research that provides neutral clarity about what the socio-economic implications could be on the agricultural sector from a transition to a more sustainable and healthier food system. But only if it's action-oriented and if you follow up on it with the stakeholders involved, such as European policymakers and farmers. Otherwise it will end up in a drawer. Sorry, let me try. I looked in the camera, I don't know why. So that's really awkward.